How you doing?
You guys can't see the camera, but the female officer over there is eyeballing the hell out of me ball right now. I don't know what it is about most of the female cops in the department. They really hate being pinned more than the male officers do. It's like they get picked on up to it. I don't know if someone puts the camera on.
What it is, for years they worked to become police officers, and then finally when they were hired on as police officers, they feel that they have to prove that they're as equal to them as the men are, and I think a lot of them are afraid that if they're being filmed and stuff, it'll show they're not as equal as the male officers.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
I think that's what goes through their mind.
Well, it's what it may be well what goes through the mind, but it's bullshit.
Yeah. The ones like the one that we ran into on 122nd,
Mm-hmm.
I've known her for like 3 years, and she doesn't really hold an attitude.
A lot of them do that.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh, hi, Bob." But there's a lot of them out here that would just stare at you and like, "How dare you film me?" And the quality's in the mind, not in the abilities. A lot of them have the same abilities the men do.
How's it going?
All right, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Stolen van. A lady was caught sleeping in it, so she's being arrested for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle.
Ah, okay. Wondering what the hell was going on here.
Yeah, and me and him are cop watchers. We film the police to make sure they don't violate people's rights.
Right on. That's
And
what I thought you were doing. But they like to violate people's rights all the fucking time.
oh yeah,
I'll put the camera on.
thank you. I have two. I got this one. I got a body cam too,
Oh, right on.
just to prove that. I like to wear it just to prove that it can be worn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but Portland police are like, no, we don't want to wear it. We don't want to wear them, and Their union's totally against it.
Now,
And then,
they can't catch themselves fucking up on camera though.
yeah. But what they did get the city to agree is that any videotaping on the body cam is the officer's personal property. It can only be accessed with the officer's permission or by the officer's supervisor,
That's bullshit.
which will lead them into court real quick. Because if I want a copy of officer's body camera and the officer says no, that body camera's paid for by the city, worn by a city employee, and therefore falls under being able to fall under public information.
Yeah. Well, hell, we pay their taxes, wages, and we buy all their equipment.
Yep.
Not like we do anything worthwhile.
Nope.
But then people don't have constitutional rights in this piece of shit country anymore.
That's true. Yeah, they'll say, well, can I search your bag? No. Okay. Well, why can't I search your bag? Well, because I don't want you to search my bag. Okay. Then person spits on the ground. Now I got reason to arrest you, and I'm going to search your bag anyway.
Yep, exactly.
You know.
But that guy that molested a little child, he can walk free.
Yeah. What got me is Micah Rhodes,
Mm-hmm.
which is part of Portland Resistance,
Yeah,
and he's also part of Antifa.
yeah.
Sat there and got convicted four times of having sex with minors. The youngest was 9, the oldest was 17.
Oh, God.
Got probation.
No way.
Yeah, he got 5 years probation.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Okay, one of the conditions of his probation was that he was to stay away from minors.
Yeah.
I videotaped him during the ICE protest, standing on top of the trolley place where, it's like a small house thing for the trolley where
Yeah,
people can
yeah.
sit. He was up there putting tarps over, and there was children underneath it.
Huh.
I videotaped that, and so I put it on my YouTube channel. A friend of mine made a copy of it, sent it to his PO,
Mm-hmm.
which contacted Portland Police, which contacted Homeland Security. Then Homeland Security got 2 pictures, one of him talking to a 15-year-old and one of them standing outside of a tent that says Children's Safe Zone. He got 2 years for that.
Good. Should have been all 5. Plus another few years.
Yeah. I really wish he would have been in California, because he would have struck out on that.
California, they're really weird anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You got a gun, you can't have ammo.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
how good is a gun gonna be for self-defense?
Right.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
All right, you too. See, this is another part I don't like. Them just sitting there with the suspect in the car. How you doing?
That's the part that irritates me too. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
computers work a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
God, they'll probably fucking turn next.
Hmm?
So I wouldn't doubt if they'll probably fucking turn next.
Probably. Cat's on the computer's looking at her. She's walking down the street. But that'd be a hell of a video.
Old youngster ain't liking it.
Hmm?
Said old youngster right there ain't liking it. He keeps cutting his eyes over.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's what I was expecting.
Yep. That's what they did. I told you.
That's what I was expecting.
The owner got lost on his way here,
Uh-oh.
but he's back en route.
Is he going to file charges or kick her loose?
Nope, just press charges.
Mm.
Dang shame, man.
Stolen car.
Yeah. I seen a stolen car over there on 122nd. Someone decided not to file charges.
Yeah. It's up to the person, right?
Yep.
Whether or not you want to be a victim.
So the owner of the stolen vehicle is on his way. He wants to press charges. And he's just,